Welcome back to another episode of Mommy and Me. You already know it is Mommy and Me Mondays, where we take over your Instagram, your YouTube, your podcast networks, everything, everywhere you can listen to us. We are streaming live each and every Monday for Mommy and Me Mondays. If you are new here, I am Brii Renee, straight from the A.
And I'm the original Miss Renee.
Girl. Anyway, so welcome back. It is a special episode because yesterday was Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to be somebody's mama so I can say shit like, sit your black ass down.
No, you better not talk to my grandkids that way.
Get your ass in the hands.
No, you won't be talking to my grandkids that way.
Say another motherfucker.
No, you won't be talking to my grandkids that way.
I'm going to get your ass for old and new.
That's okay. You won't
That's
be talking.
what you used to say to me.
And when you do, I'm going to come pop you in the throat.
I will slap your ass.
And when you
That's what I'm be saying to my
you do, they're going to come and tell me.
No.
Yes.
No, you gave it to me so I could pass down the
You will not be talking to my
I'm going to
grandkids.
pass it down.
You will not be.
Pass it down.
You will not be talking to my grandkids.
Talk to him. Just
No, you won't.
and I will
No, I'll beat you. And I will beat you.
like you can't go. We can be beating they no and
Well, no, you won't.
all that
Not let me see.
and car sit your ass down.
You better not be let. You better
Stop
not
letting
let
all that out of my house.
You better not.
What was y'all doing? What air was y'all so afraid of letting out the house?
Hell, air conditioning goes.
But it ain't gonna make the bill no high.
Yes, it will if you just opening the door and just letting all the air out. How we supposed to stay cool inside?
Letting all that out. Air is air. We can't control it.
We can control whether or not the house stays cool or not.
No, it don't work that way.
Okay, y'all are not hard-ass children didn't understand that.
Okay, when I get me some hard-headed ass children, just know they getting the ass.
I'm just telling you now, and I'm forewarning you. Don't put your hands on my grandkids unless they deserve.
But people, oh no, whatever. Spare the rod, spoil the child. All that shit you was talking. What's all that?
And I still mean that.
We gonna spare the rod and spoil the child in my house too.
Yeah, okay.
Ain't no gentle. Oh hell no! Ain't that what you said?
No, I didn't say anything about gentle parenting. I just said you will not be mistreating my grandchildren.
I ain't gonna mistreat them.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat them the same way you treated me.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But they just better not tell me that you went overboard.
Oh, you went overboard.
No, I did. I gave you exactly what you needed.
What? Only I can tell what my children need, right? We'll have to judge that. Anyways, it's Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there. Shout out to you. Shout out to the great grandmamas. And a big shout out to everybody out there who is helping raise children that are not theirs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of women doing that too.
Absolutely.
Whether you being a stepmama, a girlfriend, a auntie, a sister, mama.
Anybody that's a part of that village.
Shout out to y'all. We don't get enough credit.
Yep.
Shout out to the daddies that's playing both roles.
Yep. Shout out to those. Happy Father's Day.
Mm-hmm. Because we be doing that to the mamas too.
Yeah, we should come up with another names like father mom or mother father or some mom father or something.
A dom. A dad mom.
Yeah. Something like that we should create.
A dom. You're a dom. A dad mom. Like you're a dad that's being a mom. Okay, we coined it.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it first. Shout out to all the doms out there. That sounds kind of masculine too.
Okay.
What do you think? I know you said before the hardest part about raising children was that it didn't come with the
manual. There's no blueprints.
Right. What do you think is like the next hardest part, or what was like your biggest fear when you were being a mom?
Not being able to protect you from
At all times
from harm, whether it be random or whether it be calculated, with predators and things of that nature.
Yeah,
that's always the biggest fear.
I think that's one of my biggest fears when it comes to like thinking about being a mom is like.
But you can't get consumed with that. You have to understand that
you start thinking about all kind of stuff.
Oh, you do. We do. When you become a parent, your life isn't your life anymore. You don't live for you anymore. You don't, your thoughts are not always about you anymore. What you do is not because of you. You do it because of your children. You know, everything. I'm talking about those parents that understand and get it, that, you know, raising children is a priority. You know, you begin to think about all kind of things you never thought about.
Yeah.
You begin to, you know, you fashion your life in ways that ordinarily wouldn't matter. Of everything you do, you know, it's about, hey, you know, if funds are limited, you know, you don't think about the Big Mac meal that you're about to go buy you. You think about the Happy Meal you're about to go get the kid, and, you know, if there's something left over,
And hope it make their ass happy.
yeah, you get the French fries, or, you know, it just, your life changes. You know, when you get a paycheck and you paid all the bills, and, you know, it's not about whether or not I can go buy me this new outfit or these new pair of shoes. I've got to make sure the kids got lunch money. I got to make sure, you know, all the kids' needs are met. And if nothing's left for me, then nothing's left for me.
Yeah.
So your life change. It changes drastically.
I know when I was thinking about having kids, the first thing I thought about, well, if it's a boy, I have to protect it from police brutality and being a black man. And there's so many ways.
And the things you got to
black
teach.
man can leave out my house and not make it home. Like, so I can't protect him for everything, or people harming him, or like that boy who got shot just for knocking on the wrong door.
Well, knock it on the road. But see, you know, some things in life you have to understand that we can't prepare our children for. We can't prepare them for every crazy ass person out there in the world. You know, it's just that we have to teach them at all times to be as safe as they possibly can be.
I don't like that.
No, I mean, none of us like that. You know, the fact that the kid picking up his siblings at 16 years old, knocks on the wrong door, and this old fucker shoots him through the door. You know, I think
That's crazy.
yeah, that's really crazy. But that's the world we live in.
It's like, what you thought he was going to do through the door?
Through the door. Oh, I see a black man. I see a black kid at my door. Bang, bang, shoot him dead. Now, that kid didn't deserve that.
Yeah, that's...
Now, you know, but you know, unfortunately, the world we live in, this old son of a bitch will be, you know, they'll give him some consideration because he's a white old man. Yeah. But forget about the fact that he's a racist son of a bitch, and he just ruined this kid's life. It possibly could have killed this kid.
Yeah.
You know, did it put a bullet in this kid's head. Not once did this son of a bitch say he went to the door, knocked on the door to see what the kid wanted.
Right.
The kid could have needed some help.
Right.
I mean, he was there looking for his siblings. The kid somebody could have been after the kid.
Right.
The kid could have needed this son of a bitch to pick up the phone and call 911 for him. But because he saw somebody black, but see, that shit like that is rooted. That's evil.
Yeah.
That's that deep. No, that's a deep-rooted
I'm
racism.
saying he's from an older generation where
He doesn't get a pass in my book.
he don't get a pass. I was
He's
just
from
saying
an older
that's
generation.
That's where the racism stems.
He's just a evil son of a bitch. Now, I would give him a pass if he has some mental faculties. But the scenarios, the circumstances doesn't dictate that there was
So
some.
old people have mental things like.
No.
And I'm saying when you get old, you start to really be who you truly are and not care.
I don't think that those are mental faculties. Those are just, you know, feelings that they have, and they just wait till they
give a shit less.
Well, probably, but they get old, and they probably didn't give a shit in the beginning when they were much younger. Right. But they just get old and figure that that's an excuse to be mean, evil, and hateful. And I don't think that they should get a pass for that. So that's why I say, you know, it's important for people in their lives to live their truth. Why would you get old to be who you are? If you don't give a shit about people, then why fake it?
Right.
You know, be who you are, live your truth. You know, but back to that poor kid, you know, I wish him well, and I pray that he heals and he's able to go on with his life and recovery. And it's just that, you know, it's just sad as a parent. That's a parent's worst nightmare, to get a phone call or somebody knock on the door to say that something happened to their baby.
Yeah. I hope that no mother has to deal or feel that.
That's just a pain that I don't wish on any parent.
That's the scary part of being a parent. But what were your joyous moments as a mom?
Well, you see your little spots, you know, living their lives. You see them happy. You see them doing things that they enjoy. You know, I never forget, you know, seeing you, on the dance field or going watching you try to play basketball, although you had 2 left feet, you couldn't run and dribble worth a shit. But, as a parent, I enjoyed seeing I enjoyed seeing your effort. You were having a good time. You enjoyed it. Going to the school plays and the school programs, when you're a little bitty girl, taking to the nursery, and you'd be so excited to see me sitting there, and you saying these little speeches, and it's almost like I've heard it.
He is risen.
Yeah, and then I've heard it a million times. Like, oh God, I got to sit through it. But
Happy Easter.
Yeah,
And those type of little speeches.
yeah. And coming home, and you're gonna get that little turkey, that little Thanksgiving turkey hand. The turkey is made out of that.
I made some.
Yeah.
You liked all that. Oh, you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, you made it up.
At what age you was like, damn, I can't send this little motherfucker back. At what age was that when you were like, fuck, they got me?
Why, when you came out, he told me you were a girl and not a boy. I was like, shit, I can't send it back. I'm stuck with it now. So just make the best of it. But no, seriously, I took parenting very seriously because I understood and I understand today that giving birth to me is a gift. It's not something that I think should be taken lightly and should not be abused. Not every woman is fortunate enough to give birth. Mm-hmm. Giving birth is a very beautiful experience. And so to that, I say that, when you make the decision to become a parent, it should always be a conscious decision. And you do it with the utmost joy and understanding that you're about to embark on some serious shit, and get ready.
What advice would you give to moms out there, or like women who feel like, I don't know, I think I'm kind of ready to be a mom? What do you wish you knew before you became a mom?
I don't think there's anything in particular I wish I knew. I just,
wish somebody had told you.
Nothing in particular, because I don't think anybody can really, you can read all the books you can find, you can, talk to people, get all the advice you can get just in general, but that shit's personal. Nobody's gonna be able to prepare you for the kid you're gonna get. I don't think anybody can prepare you for it. Nothing's gonna prepare you for the kid you're gonna get, because nobody's gonna know who you are. You've got your own personality. You've got that kid's gonna have his own mind, and nobody's can prepare you to deal with that kid. They can share their experiences. They can share with you similar situations, but that kid's gonna be different. You can have 10 of them, and all of them gonna be different, and nobody can prepare you for that. You just gotta put your big girl drawers on and just dig in. It's for the long haul.
What about being a mom, though? Do you feel like you wish you had prepared more? It's not about the kid, like.
No, because see, I didn't necessarily have to have anybody prepare me for it, because I saw firsthand my mother's struggles, what she went through to raise her children, the sacrifices she made. So I knew going in that, hey, there are going to be some times, there are going to be some tough times, there are going to be some sacrifices that I'm going to have to make, and I've got to make sure that I'm willing to make those sacrifices, or everything is not going to be a bed of roses. We're going to have some tough times. I assumed that because I was more, I was the type of kid. No, it had nothing to do with finance. I was a kid that tried to talk my way out of everything in terms of getting an ass whooping from my mama. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that I was going to get a kid similar to that. Oh, but you were a little bit more vocal than I cared for. You see, so nobody could prepare me for that.
Maybe I was just your payback
Probably.
for all that lip you had.
Probably. Well, I didn't have a lot of lip. I just was always trying to rationalize with my mama. You had
That's the same thing.
no. You just had your lip was a little bit more than
I had a lot more logic than you probably had.
No, you didn't have
So
a lot
I'm
more logic.
rationalized.
You had a lot more lip than I had. But you know, it is what it is. So
Is there anything you would have done differently
no,
being a mom?
no,
There's nothing that you feel like you wish you had have done better or differently?
no, because everything I did got you and I to this point. So the good times, the bad times, the rough times, and the easy times, you know, all the
Got on my last.
and you got on mine too.
I don't think I had another nerve.
And you got on my last nerve too.
We didn't make it.
We almost didn't, but we made it. And that's the whole thing. That's the beauty about it. But see, here's the thing. I don't regret. I don't want to change anything because it made us who we are.
It was some time.
It was some times that I could have hung you out the window upside down.
I could have ran away if I had.
Oh,
somewhere to go.
you know what? And there were times I wish you would have ran away, but you wouldn't go. You wouldn't leave.
Cause we live real far away.
It doesn't matter. I know, yeah, right. Any excuse would do. But even at that, I don't regret it.
No, it wasn't as bad as hindsight. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But in the moment, I felt like, God, what did I do to deserve this? I haven't even been on earth long enough to deserve karma like this.
But guess what, though? The beauty of it is you're going to get a kid
Let's go for this.
that's going to feel the same way about
Cause
you.
I'm going.
You're going to get a kid that's going to do some of the same things.
Okay, what would you say to prepare me for that kid?
Pray and be patient. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Pick up the phone and do the same thing I would do, Mama.
And come get.
Come get it, because I'm about to kill it. Yeah. Yeah. Mama, please tell me what to do. Mama would just have to talk me down. Talk me down. So,
Yeah, have you ever had a moment where you were like, oh my God, this is why I became a mom? Like, this is what motherhood is about. You never felt like that?
no, where they feel like that at?
It's not
Where they do that at? No.
like, this is so fulfilling.
Oh, hell no.
You never felt like that?
When you graduate from college and you moved out.
No, I think I feel like that like when I'm having a kid, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
when you
oh
have
my God, I'm a grandma.
Yeah, I felt I felt like that when Morgan, when I have Morgan and Tristan, and they see you, they see the door and they come running. They bust down the door and they come running. They don't want anything from you. They, when they're at the house, all they want to do is just get in the middle of the bed, and they just want to be there. They don't care about what's going on in the world. They just want to be with you. When I get ready to pull out and they just want to get in the car with their grandma, they just want to be with you. They just want to love on you. They don't care about anything else. They just want to be with the grandma.
How do you know that you're ready for this? Sometimes I be thinking I'm ready for it, and then sometimes I don't. How do you know if you're ready for motherhood?
When you've accomplished, I guess, some of the things in life you choose to accomplish, and you with a partner that you want to start a family with, and when you with that person and you want to start a family with them, you move on. You that's what you do. You make those decisions. Hey, I want to share my life. I want to share a family with you, and you start building a family.
So when you got that person,
Yeah.
how?
When the two of you, one may be more ready than the other. And that happens. And it's like, well, maybe having a kid right now won't be so bad, And you begin to think, okay, well, we can do it together. I think, you'd be a good partner. We'd be, you kind of know if you got a good partner to have a kid with or not.
But how do you be knowing? How do you know?
You just,
I feel like you could always, it's always pros and cons to everything.
it is pros and cons to everything. And it will always be pros and cons. There will never be an absolute to anything in life. A 100% finite, absolute to nothing. You got to make the best of it.
Do you feel like as a mom, there is a difference in how you raised, or you don't have boys, you have daughters, but had you had boys, do you feel like you would have had to change your parenting?
I don't think so.
You would have raised your boys the same way you raised them?
You're right, because I'm really single alive anyway. I'm already tougher than half of these men.
Not swearing. But probably would have raised them the same. Yeah, I can see you raising them the same.
I would raise them.
But a lot of people say that women tend to coddle or love bomb or shower their boys with more affection and love and, spoiling than they do their daughters. Women tend to do that.
Some
and
women
they were
do.
harder on women.
Some women
They say women raise their daughters and
pamper their son.
and
Pamper their son. And those women that do that make sorry ass men. Women that do that,
they need a little bit more love,
no.
or that the daughters need more raising than the men.
I think society has dictated that daughter needs more raising than men, because society has dictated that women have to be the end all be all. I mean, we've got to be the wives, we've got to be the mothers, we've got to be the survivors in some cases, we've got to be the ones that are being submissive in some cases, we've got to be the be all. So we have to teach our women, our girls, how to be multifaceted. Men, boys, a lot of women just raise them to just, some be good, some sorry, some, some don't get it.
Yeah.
Some boys, I think, some men are raised by women and they turn out to be very good, strong men, very good providers, very good, respectable, God-fearing. And some of them get it. Some of them that are coddled and just pampered and done everything for come out to be sorry-ass men who don't ever leave a mama's house. Like that old movie. Prime example, Baby Boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's because the mama really definitely pampered,
didn't let him coddle,
and never forced him to.
Didn't force him to grow up.
Yeah.
But I say there has to be a balance. Love them, coddle them, teach them, how to be men, respectable men, responsible men. Don't make them sorry.
I agree.
Has to be a balance. Now, would I prefer raising boys over girls? Looking back, at one point I thought I would have preferred boys. But again, I believe God gave me what I needed and what I was supposed to have. And so looking back on it, I don't regret raising girls versus boys.
It's much easier to raise girls than boys.
I disagree with you. Because boys, I think raising boys will probably be easier than raising girls.
How?
And it may be more of a challenge in today's world because you've got so much social media and you've got gangs and you got things of that nature. Not to say girls are not recruited for gangs, but back in the day, I think it would have been in your time, maybe a lot easier to raise a boy. I think boys don't challenge their parents as much.
Shit.
I think boys kind of go with the flow a little bit more, or they do more of what they're told versus hot tail ass girls.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I think boys would have
ran over your ass.
No, they wouldn't have.
Yes, because you so soft, especially when it comes to boys or men. You get all mushy and gushy and all. Whatever you want, baby. Yeah, you so sweet and soft with them. They would have ran over you.
No, they wouldn't.
They would have had you would have had some sons. That would
Chauncey didn't run over me.
2-3 girls pregnant in high school.
Chauncey didn't have 2-3 girls pregnant in high school. Janata didn't have 2-3 girls pregnant in high school. Now he was a little bit rebellious, but Chauncey didn't. They didn't have girls pregnant all in high school. I mean, and I had to jack them up by the collar a couple of times and threaten their lives, put my foot down, but they didn't run all over me.
So you feel like you did a good job.
Oh, yeah, I think I did.
How many children you feel like you don't raise? I think every black woman I feel like they done raised way more children than how many I had.
Yep, absolutely.
How many children you done? How do you dictate how will you help raise?
When you were an intricate part of their lives, when you were a significant role, you played a role. You were part of their village, and the part of their bringing. They depended upon you for part of their well-being. So I think, if I had to guess, maybe 5, 6.
You don't raise 5, 6 people.
I think so, somewhere around there.
Okay. And what do you rate? What do you think that they would grade your raising? Your motherhood. What do you feel?
Well, motherhood time.
What grade would you give you, and what grade do you think they would give you?
Of course, if I was grading myself, I would give myself probably, I will say a B+.
Oh, okay.
And I said B+ because I always think that no matter how good you are or how good you think you are, there's always room for improvement.
Okay. I agree with that. What grade you think they would give you?
Probably A+.
Okay.
I think that's what they would give me.
I'll give you a solid A.
Because there was always a method to my madness.
Minus. Minus. Subtract. Divide. Remove.
But I got it. But you still maintain an A.
No, I'm just playing. No, I think you probably definitely get an A. The things that you didn't know.
Right.
The things that you didn't do, you didn't know. And it wasn't like they were out yet.
Right. Because had I known.
Emotional awareness. You didn't have any of that.
I just roll with the flow. Roll with what I know.
But that's because that wasn't even like a thing. Like that's a actual. That's like an actual like luxury to think about your emotional state of well-being. And I don't think you thought about yours at that time to even think about mine.
No.
Or a child. It was like, this is what needs to be done. So, yeah, so I'm going to let you have that. You know.
Okay. Thank you.
How would you grade? Do you feel like any mom can be graded? Like, how would you grade a parent motherhood? Like, what's something that you would look at and be like, oh, no, she don't need no kids?
Someone who...
Like, what makes a bad mom?
In my opinion, someone who abuses their children physically and mentally. Someone who can't provide for their children, but yet they still continue to have children. Someone who's not connected with their children. You know, why have a kid and you don't give a damn about the kid emotionally or any other kind of way? You know, why have a kid and then you never talk to the kid? You never, interact with the kid. You never make the kid feel love. You don't do anything with the kid. You know, why have a kid? You know, why have a kid and every time you come home, you're going to beat the hell out of the kid. You're sending the kid to his room. Why have a kid when you're going to do all that? Why have a kid and you're going to abuse it? You're not going to feed it. You're not going to be supportive of it. You're not going to take it to school. You're not going to buy it clothes. You know, why have a kid? And then something else too. Why have so many of them? You can't provide for them.
Yeah.
You know, I know of a situation that I've just recently heard about. Somebody has 10 kids. What the fuck does anybody need 10 kids for today? And they're alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 10 kids. And they 10 kids and they're all barely,
Taken care of.
Yeah, they're accounted for.
Yeah.
10 kids and you can barely feed them. You barely clothe them. You ain't got a, sufficient roof over their heads,
Or you ain't got no job.
Right.
You ain't got no car.
Why?
You can't even get them back and forth to the doctor.
Right. Why have 10 kids?
10, that's a lot. I'm not doing
10? Why?
Yeah.
I mean, you have one or two, 3. Back in the day, people used to have 6, 7, 8. My mama had 7 kids, and she would tell us all the time, honey,
What would you grade your
I would grade my mama an A+, a B+ as well. There were some things she could have learned because she wasn't perfect. But my mama used to say all the time, honey, if I'd have known about birth control, or if birth control was available,
Your ass wouldn't be here.
absolutely. Some of y'all might not have made it. And I commend her for that. And any other parent that knew or should have known or had the availability of birth control and chose not to have that many children, all well and good. I think that's the road they should have taken. Then they wouldn't have struggled so hard. Things wouldn't have been so difficult for them trying to raise, 7 or 8 kids. But in today's time, when you have resources available to you, and you know that there's no need to have 10 children, I mean, to have 10 kids, you need at least a 5-6 bedroom house.
You need more than that with 10 kids.
I'm just saying, at least, even if you put 2 of them to a room.
Oh.
Why? I mean, people need to understand when you have children, there are some sacrifices you need to make, because you need to be mindful of the fact that you're bringing a life in this world that didn't have control over coming here, didn't ask to be brought here. You laid down in a moments of pleasure. Sometimes, don't take a moment, but, those seconds of pleasure to bring a child in this world. You have an obligation and responsibility to give that child the very best that child deserves. Simple. And you can't provide having 10 kids. Why in the hell didn't you stop after the second or third one or the first one if you were struggling? And then what I understand is you got it by yourself. Where the fuck are the daddies? You keep laying down having kid after kid after kid after kid after, from all these damn folks, men, these deadbeats. Why? Makes no sense.
They think that's going to be the one to keep them, and it don't be.
And then you're struggling.
Yeah.
You got to rely on the government to feed your children. What kind of shit is that? You got to go beg somebody to give you a roof over your head so your kids can lay down. What kind of shit is that? Now, granted, I'm not knocking public assistance. I'm not knocking anything. I'm saying, why put yourself in that situation? Why put the children in that situation? Hell, you can't afford to buy 10 pair of pants at the same time, 10 pair of shoes at the same time, 10 Christmas outfits, 10 these. That's a lot.
Like, when you got the 3, Shona should just got her tubes tied.
Huh?
Like, after 3,
2. Shit.
you might 2, and then it's 2 impossible. It's like,
Okay, fine.
but
3.
anything over 3, I'm saying after 3.
And I can see if you spaced them out. You got one, like you and your sister 9 years apart. So technically, y'all were like only kids in a sense.
We definitely grew up kind
You
of
know?
on the kids. I
But
think I got the best of both worlds like that.
10 at one time.
Do you think that it's harder to raise children now than it was?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
You think it get harder?
Yes. Well, I don't think it just naturally gets hard. I think the times that we live in makes it harder. See, when they raised you, there was no social media. There was no, internet. There was no Instagram. There was no TikTok. There was not these outside influences. Parents could tell their children things, and that's the way they were. Not saying that everything the parents were trying to brainwash the kid or, make sure that they didn't learn anything from the world. But kids are being influenced nowadays by so many outside forces, and it makes it very difficult for a parent to raise a child in today's world. And a lot of those outside forces don't really have the children's best interest at heart.
Right. Your baby is 7 years old thinking she need a BBL. It's like, baby, you ain't hit puberty, let alone you grown woman weight.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then social media, the people are just cruel. You don't have to worry about now. See, back in the day, parents had to worry about the lessons you were going to learn while you were in school, or you were at the playground, or you were with your, at some social activity. But now parents got to worry about all the shit that they're being taught on the internet, all the things that are going, that they've been exposed to. It's just, and trying to control that, it's a lot. So it's like on one hand, you want to give your kid a phone because your kid needs to be in touch with you. You need to be able to reach your kid. But on the other hand, you got to restrict all the places the kid can go to on the internet, make sure that they can't be reached with, by predators. It's just a lot to deal with. It's a lot in today's world.
How would you raise a child right now? Like, what's some things you would implement?
I wouldn't put a tablet in their hand and their face is so quick these days. That's the first thing we do. When they're, my kids, my grandkids, first thing they want to do is get in the car and give them their tablet. When you riding down the street, they want their tablet. They don't care nothing about what you're saying. They're on their tablets. They're working. They're on sites. My grandson, 5 years old, they can work sites, go to do things on their tablets. And I'm like, how the hell you learn that? What is that? So I think I would go back to the ways of old.
Like,
in regard.
How old would your child be if they could, like, when could they have a tablet? I don't know if I want my kid to have a tablet either.
Right. I mean, because there's so much shit on them tablets.
And then, let alone not even all the stuff, because you could put parental controls, but how close they holding that tablet today, like, y'all gonna be lying. Like, we wouldn't even allow to sit close to the TV.
Right. And then the tablet, and they're like this all the time.
And then your neck gonna be broke. Like,
with this all the time with the tablets, constantly. Yeah. And then that takes away from the interpersonal skills.
Yeah, they don't know how to
communicate. They don't have to communicate. They don't talk. Talk to me.
It makes them impatient.
Yeah.
They want everything right now.
Right then. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, damn. We want them to embrace technology, but then how much technology? We want them to be savvy and be able to compete in the world with this technology. But again, technology is fucking them up. They don't, because of technology. And this is some of the things that people used to talk about when we were coming up. Well, you give them a calculator, they forget how to add on the finger. They forget how to divide and base, manually. They can't subtract, And it's like, okay, that was a big fear then. But now you give them a tablet and they really can't think for themselves.
They have no critical thinking because they let an AI think for them.
Yeah, everything is Google. I mean, we're walking, we're in the car with Morgan, and she's like 3-4 years old, and we're talking about something. The first thing she hella Google it. I'm like, what the hell you know about Google? Just Google it, Mama. I'm like, Google it. Yeah, I'm like, how do you know you can find anything you want to find on Google, regardless of whether it's right or wrong?
Yeah.
You hadn't figured it out.
Google.
Figure it out, go Google it. And it's like, wow. So we live in a very, I say this and people are like, well, you don't want to progress. I do want to progress. I do want to be able to take advantage of all the new and all the, the innovative, ideas and innovative things. But God damn, I think the old way a lot of times was a lot better. So you could problem solve. You could teach a kid how to go out and and plant something or build something. Everything now they want is fucking prefab. I just and it doesn't make it better. I don't think so. We just get it quicker.
What's something you feel like did get better from being a parent or being a mom? You like, I wish I had this as a mom now. Like how y'all got this, we ain't had that. I wish I had that. I just want a group of people to help me raise my child. I don't want my village. I don't want to be responsible for the child every day.
I don't see anything that I say, damn, I wish we'd had that when I was coming up. Because everything that you have now, all the the technology, all the new and crazy has come with a price. You know.
Well, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'm just, I don't know. But I will say that, you know, I will be a part of that village and try to hold on to the old ways as much as I can. I'm not saying that I don't want to go off into the new world of technology. I do. I know that's going to be important for the kid to survive, because at some point, AI is going to take over. And if you don't know how to program it, fix it, you're going to be left by the wayside. So I do get it. I get that. But I also want them to know how to survive without AI too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if by the time I have kids and they're old enough, AI gonna be running everything.
Yeah.
Like, I went into a McDonald's the other day. I was on the road, and I think I was in Tennessee, and we walked into the McDonald's and there were no employees. It was all like you ordered from the kiosk, and then it was one person there that was like, oh, this is order such and such, like, that gave you that order number, looked at your receipt, and checked it.
I remember being, I think I was either in Vegas or I was in Biloxi, and I think it was at the Hard Rock, where hell they had a bartender. The bartender was a machine. It just, you know, you go up and put in what drink. I mean, I didn't use it. I didn't know anything. But yeah, it was like this big old thing over there that was a bartender. You go over there and you order your drinks. Well, where's the person? That's just the way it works. We are living in some very serious times.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where unless our children know how to program, program or repair AI, our kids are going to become useless. It's extinct. We're going to be living in a world. You know, they got trucks now.
They can be driven by
tractor-trailer trucks that are driven by themselves.
That's crazy.
Yeah, to their destination.
But I think the AI is going to, like, want to have feelings and stuff.
I don't know what the AI is going to... I don't want to be...
I want to be a real boy.
I don't know what the AI is going to do. I don't, you know...
Like,
and it's going to destroy itself because it won't be able to... Yeah, it won't be able to experience.
We went off on a tangent about AI. Let's get back to motherhood.
Okay. But I will tell you, one of the greatest joy in the world is becoming a mother. If you do it the right way.
I kind of do feel that. I feel like something in my life is missing.
And it very well may be. And that's why I kind of felt, you know, I'm missing... You know, and so
then it's like, are you sure you miss it, or are you just like hungry?
No, I mean,
or like, do I need a nap? Like,
no. You listen.
What if you really don't want it? Like, I have commitment issues. It's the fact that I can't change my mind about it.
Trust me,
not sitting well with me.
Yeah, well,
it's like but you know, kind of want to start it and then maybe not.
Yeah, well, you
like holler at me when it turns like 15.
No, you'll know that when it's, and you know,
from like when you 15, those are the years I don't give a fuck about, honestly.
When you're 8 to 15, you're probably gonna want to kill it, because that's when they start developing their own attitudes and their minds, and that's when your village comes in. You know, they begin to smell themselves, and they think they know more than you know, and you're telling them to do something. But why do I have to do it? And why? And that's not true. And they said this, and my teachers told me this. And do you know this? That, you know, those are the times when you have to rely on that village. But you get through it. You get through it, and it won't be so bad. You get through it. And you'll get through it.
And it's like, they're going to need things and always want something.
Hallelujah.
And I want shoes or a purse.
But you know what? When you have children, hopefully for most people,
I'll be wearing the same shoes every day. Not even caring. Wearing Crocs every day.
Yeah, because you want to see them happy.
Yeah.
You want to see them, you know, you go in the store. You know, you used to like to go to the bookstore. Every pay period, we would do that. That was
our little bookstore.
That was our little thing. And, you know, regardless of what I had left for the next 2 weeks, I always made sure that I carved out a little something, $20 on you, some books
At the bookstore.
at the bookstore. They, you know what? And the sad thing about it, they don't even have fucking bookstores anymore.
They have like a few Barnes and Noble.
A few Barnes and Noble, but we used to have there should be a bookstore in all our malls.
Yeah.
You know, we would go down to South DeKalb Mall and we go to the bookstore every 2 weeks, every Friday, every pay period, every Wednesday was my pay period.
I did. I had every like Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen
Yeah,
book.
yeah, we did.
Tapes and Blockbuster and these little things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready to be a mom, but I think that you for sure were. And I commend you for being a great mom.
Well, thank you now.
On this Mother's Day episode.
But I can assure you, I can remember some times when I wasn't such a great mom. If I had been a fly on the wall, I'm sure I was probably the main bitch. No, yeah, I'm sure I was. I'm sure I was. And
So look, it's this song. I think I told you this before, but this song used to be your ringtone. Wait, let me play it. So it was so, and people used to be, I was like, that's my mom calling. They were like, that's your mom's ringtone? It was so ghetto.
oh, so I had a horrible. You know, that is so cruel. That is so cruel.
This is how it starts.
One of the right now.
Hey,
Message to that speech.
you don't know.
What does it say?
Hey, get out my. This was your ringtone. This literally was that was your ringtone for 15 years ago. Yeah, it was edited to YouTube 15 years ago. But it's bitch get off my nuts. That is
so horrible. And you know what?
blow my phone. This is when I was in high school, probably like 11th, 12th grade. You used to blow my phone up. Blow my phone up. So it was like, baby, get off my nuts.
And I wasn't getting off your nuts. So
everybody used to be
get
like,
over it.
who is calling you?
Get over it.
That was your
Get over it.
on my Nokia flip phone.
Get over it. I didn't get off, so here I am.
Bass bumping like that.
Get over it. I didn't get off, so here I am.
Yeah.
And they asked me if I give a shit because that was my ringtone. No, I don't. And as a parent, who would give a shit? I didn't give a shit. So what if I got on your last damn nerve? That was my job to get on your last damn nerve as your parent.
Looking back, do you feel like you might have been just a little bit?
No, because let me tell you something. Having the child that you were, had I been, you were one of those kids that if I gave you a fucking inch, you want a mile. So I had to make sure I control that damn inch I gave you so you didn't take that mile. Because if you tried to take that mile, your ass I had to ring you in. And that's the kind of kid I knew I had. So if I got off of your nuts, God knows where would you be? I didn't get off.
Mom, get off my nuts.
Well,
We're gonna make a T-shirt.
okay, but I didn't. Moms, don't get off their nuts, okay? Matter of fact, smash them damn nuts if you can. You know? And I would tell any parent to smash them. You know?
Smash you.
Yeah, absolutely. Crush the son of a bitches. Crush them.
Okay.
Yep.
Relax.
Mm-hmm. I wish the hell I'd have known that was your ringtone, because I'd have taken the phone and crashed that son of a bitch at the time.
Smash.
Then smashed it, crashed it, throw it in the, I'd have thrown it in a, you asked me earlier, I'd have threw it in a pile of shit down the toilet. I would have. Mm-hmm.
And everybody said, Brii, get on my nuts.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It had been in a toilet full of shit saying that too.
That's so funny.
Yep. Okay. But I think parents, no, I believe the parents should be parents. Don't let their kids have their way. Just because you wanted to have your way, no, I don't believe that. Mm-mm.
What's something you learned from your mom that you were happy that you used in motherhood?
Mean what I say and say what I mean. Okay. Don't waver. Because see, you got to understand something. You little monsters.
Oh, now we're little monsters.
know how to manipulate.
We can sniff out the weakness.
Yes, you can sniff out. And if you thought that you were getting over in the slightest, you were going to use that to your advantage. And then at some point, through your manipulation, kids become the parent and the parents become the children. That shit wasn't happening in my house. So all your little tantrums and your little moves to become, manipulative, I was always a step ahead of you. And my mama, taught me well. When I put my foot down, put my foot down. That's it. Even at some point when it hurts.
Girl, I hate when parents are like, oh, it hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it does.
What's the time that hurts you more than it hurts?
When you have to whip that ass sometimes and you be like,
I don't believe that.
I really don't want to whip you, but you need that ass whipping.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it does. You will when you become a parent. You be like, I understand why you do, but I got to teach you that you can't just do that and get away with it. You can't. You just can't. Because I believe that parents should understand that if they don't raise their children, then the world is going to raise their children, and the world's going to be a lot harsher on them than need be.
I agree with that.
So that means sometimes parents got to know when to put their foot on the kids' necks, or like you say, when to get on the nuts, stay on those nuts,
No. What it means.
Oh, whatever it means. I'm just saying.
Stay on your kids' nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Crush them.
Crush 'em. All right. Anyways, what? That's so random. But yeah, I don't know. You staying on the nuts. I can't even hear anything else other than stay on those.
Yeah. Hey, that was my ringtone. As a matter of fact, send me that song. I may now make it your ringtone. Every time you call me up, Mom, Mom, do I need, no, I'm gonna play that song. Get off my nuts. Get off my nuts. Yeah, okay. Payback. Payback.
Okay, well, pay me back later.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now, you know what? Thank you. Because now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remember that when you have kids and you're blowing them up, especially when like your grandkids get a little bit older and they've got phones and they're with me, spending time with me. And every time you call, I'm going to call you back and play that song. Get off their nuts. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, okay. Well, it's time for I Want to Know, because you have done enough as a mom. Thank you for staying on my nuts.
Yeah. And just think, had I not been on your nuts, God knows where you would be.
Yeah, I've probably been wild.
Yeah. Wow.
I do have like a rebellious little wild child spirit. Okay. Well, thank you for all your work and mothering on this special Mother's Day episode. Shout out to your mama for veering you up right.
Yep. Shout out to all the mothers out there.
All the moms.
And even if they wanted you to get off their nuts, don't get off their nuts.
Stay on your kids.
Stay on your kids' nuts.
That's the tag. Staying on your kids' nuts.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to know, when we ask questions, she has asked me a question, I have to ask her a question. We have to answer honestly and truthfully. What do you want to know?
What I want to know. Do you think that you'll take... I think you've already answered that. How many kids do you think you really want? How many kids do you think you really...
I think I only want to physically give birth to one. I think I want to. The second one, I don't want to do it though.
Why you say you don't want to do it? You might.
I don't really want to tear my coochie up twice.
But they ain't going to carry your coochie up. Go ahead and spit them out back to back and be done with it.
Or like, I've been fat and lost weight, and that shit is hard. I don't want to have to like lose the baby weight. You get back fine, and then the man get you pregnant again because you finer than what you looked, and then now you got that second baby on you, and the baby weight so hard, it's like flubber.
How do you never ride it off? You don't know
that second kid baby weight. You don't taking girls out.
You don't.
Like that first one, they be bouncing back, But they get so fine after the first one that they get pregnant immediately. And then once they get pregnant, that's why they be coming back to back. Then once they get pregnant again, the second time they be like, fuck it. And they just get all big. And then it's just hard. Now
You got this myth. Okay, all right.
I kind of only want to do it once, but I'll do it twice, max. 2 in a possible.
Okay.
It's like spades.
2 in the box.
I don't think I can raise anything more than 3. I don't even want to deal with that many people on a consistent everyday 3 people. Plus my husband that I have to see every day. That's a lot of people. I get, you know me, I be wanting to be left alone.
Well, that's okay. You can still have your. See, that's why you like get.
2, they can go play with each other and leave me the hell alone. Or 1, the daddy could come take them, or the 2, you know what I'm saying? But 3, it's gonna be 1 that need a little bit more attention, 1 that feel left out, 1 that's always hungry. Like that's too many people in personality.
You know what? But guess what? When you see those little people and they belong to you, and you see their mind, and you want to
They
love
hands
them,
all sticky, they nose all running.
but you want to love them. You want to take care. You want to love them. You want to nurture.
It's like,
you
did
want
you
to
peel
show
yourself? What is this? And when did you get this scratch on your face?
That's part of them growing. I mean, you know, it happens.
It's like you smell pissy.
Yeah, but that's part. But they're your
I
kids.
just bought them shoes.
Yeah.
Why are they dirty?
Oh, you know, it's interesting that you can read all of these things that you don't think you can deal with. I can sit back and remember saying some of those very same things to you. Shit, you mean to them, you just tore this dress up? I just bought this dress. And it's got a hole in it already. I mean, yeah, I remember all of that. But you just, you know, you learn to,
Bless y'all heart.
you learn to live with it.
Okay. How many kids? I want to know, not how many kids. I want to know, do you think I'm ready to be a mom?
Yeah.
You think I'm ready to be a mom?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Why? What else am I going to...
Yeah, I mean, I don't see waiting till if you wait till you got 40, 50, hell no, you're not. I mean, you past that time of patience. You know, you're going to be at a point where you definitely not going to want to be bothered. You're going to be kind of like going down the hill at that point. Have your kids now where you still have the energy and the time.
the energy today.
To enjoy them. Yeah, you will. You'll get the energy. Yeah, you will.
I want to know, what would you say if I told you I was pregnant right now?
I would sit. Who's it at? No, seriously. I would know who the father is. I think I would know who the father is. And I would say, if you're ready, let's do it. Let's start the planning. Let's go get her.
And I want to know, are you going to raise these kids when I don't feel like being bothered? I might need weeks or maybe months at a time.
In the summer, sure.
No, you got to get their ass up for school and take them to school during the school year.
I don't have a problem with helping raise my grandchildren. Never will, never have. And I don't, as a grandparent, that's part of my joy, being an active part of my grandkids.
Active.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the active.
Absolutely. I'm an active grandparent now.
Okay.
I don't miss
a lot more.
I don't miss any programs. I don't miss any milestones. I don't miss any birthdays. I don't miss any occasions. I don't miss them. I enjoy being there for them.
No, you don't miss them, but I might make you be a lot more active than Tisha's making you. Tisha's a very active parent.
Yeah.
She's a great mom. I might not be so great. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we'll deal with that. We'll give the baby
I
whatever.
just need to know that it's no pressure on me to walk in these shoes that she is.
No. There's no.
I might need a lot more hands-on assistance
Yeah.
than she did.
But you know what? I guarantee you. You think you're gonna need a lot more.
Y'all ain't gonna do shit I want right. I'm like, my kid can't eat that. No soy. I said no soy. No McDonald's. You're gonna be like, I gave your kids some chicken nuggets.
No, I don't give my grandkids that now. I don't take my grandkids to McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King. We don't do that. We don't do that. You know, I don't take them there. Occasionally, every now and then, you know, we go get a smoothie and
No,
milkshake.
you're right. I had Trisha in the other day, and after we went to like the playhouse, I was like, "Are you hungry? What you want?" He was, and I'm like, yeah, we can stop and grab some on the way home. He said, y'all want crab legs. I said, there you do. You got crab leg, buddy. These kids, you want crab legs? That's not McDonald's. That's not Wendy's. I'm thinking,
Now, my kids don't.
my kids, they want, he said he wanted crab legs.
Yeah, they don't eat junk like that. We give them food. He grab vegetables. He likes to eat. Christian, he eats meat. My grandkids eat vegetables.
I said, well, you sound like you want to take me on a date. Crab legs?
Yeah.
I want some damn crab legs.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, I think that concludes our Mother's Day episode. Shout out to you for being a dope mom and all the other moms out there.
Shout out to all the moms. And again, stay on those nuts.
Stay on your kids. Hashtag stay on your kids' nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Okay. Well, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode, another week of Mommy and Me. Make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, share, like, comment, and let us know what topics or questions you have for us or things that you want to know, and we'll answer them in future episodes. Till next time.
Peace.